from the BJP, our old friend and very, very happy friend, Mr. Ali Darwala. Ali Darwala Sahab, congratulations. Look at that. That smile is not going from his face. You know, he looks 20 years younger than he did last time.
Last time you were praising him, it's really, you can see the glow on his face.
Yeah, but today there's a glow on everybody's face. I am really and truly happy. I am flying. You know, sir, 550 साल के बाद राम मंदिर बन गया सर, कमाल है. मतलब this is amazing, absolutely amazing. The shame of defeat has been erased. I think we've got our dignity back, so to speak. Darwala sir, what do you think?
Yeah, Rajiv sir, Pradeep sir, as we are speaking, we had to shut all the doors and windows over here in the office because the crackers are bursting like Lakshmi Pujan Day. Means I can assure you, in the studio, the gentleman asked me, can we shut everything? There is so much of firecrackers and each and every society, there is a kind of celebration like on the Lakshmi Pujan Day when we have that auspicious moment. It is exactly like that in Pune. And in Bombay, in your area, I wouldn't know how it is. If you can tell us,
the same thing. Same thing everywhere. There's celebrations all
everywhere.
There is no way you can set your foot on the streets right now.
But we have a problem. We have a problem in the office, Ali Darwala sahab. The entire staff is up in arms because somebody forgot to order sweets. So we'll have to do it tomorrow, right? Ji, Darwala sahab, boliye.
Correct.
This
so
is really beautiful.
There was a procession right now.
Yes.
And the police had given permission for some 1,50,000 to set a record, right, to reach the point where the Aarti was going to be done by the First Lady Amruta Fadnavis and myself. It has taken me 1.5 hours. I was supposed to be on the show at 7:30. I am joining at 8:30 because everything which is supposed to start at 4 has started so late because the guests cannot reach the platform. This is the euphoria. This is the kind of happiness the people are having. The dancing along the street. Pune is at its, like we have got independence today. If you just step out, and if I can allow me to open the window right now, you will not be able to hear my voice.
Okay. You will not do it.
We won't be able to hear your voice. We know that.
Darwala sahab, you know, Prime Minister Modi, he said, मंदिर निर्माण से आगे बढ़कर सामर्थ्य सक्षम भव्य दिव्य विकसित भारत का निर्माण का संकल्प है. Then 1000 years after, people will remember this day when we are taking that sankalp. That is some great things he's talked. He's just like a statesman. He's a statesman. He's having ambition, vision for the nation. How do you see that particular sentence that he's talked about?
Yes, Pradeep sir. I'm so glad you heard every word of the Prime Minister on the dais today. The euphoria, he did not forget to mention the success of the construction of the Ram Mandir, the Ram LALLA Pratishthan to be adjoined and the country to be Viksit Bharat, not for next 25 years, for next 1,000 years when history is going to be repeated, things are going to be looked back upon. India will be not in the top 3 as they said yesterday. It will be the most super powerful country in the world, and here it is this Jallosh that each and every citizen has in its mind. He has said to transform it to the love and the nation building. Viksit Bharat, भव्य दिव्य मंदिर के निर्माण के साथ देश का निर्माण भी भव्य और दिव्य होना चाहिए. This is how he has correlated and translated, and the people like the common man should relate it to the pride in what Ram Lalla saw today, to the same thing to be comprehended with the country's success. This is how he has transformed and not taken the credit for himself, but given the responsibility to you, me, and to every common citizen that we take this torch ahead.
Yes, absolutely. I agree with you. But the only thing is that as far as in your own personal opinion, because I really need to know what you think. What did you think of the entire ceremony? Because I'm sure you must have watched it. What did you think? आपके अंदर से क्या आवाज निकली? वो जरा बताएं. Ali Darwala sir, you were watching.
Sir, the people, on your previous thing, people wanted to make it like who was invited, who's who list and who's not list, and who was present and who was. Is the least of the worries. The people who were there were the blessed ones, I believe. But the blessing was not only on that auspicious site. The shower were not only bursawing on Ayodhya, but it was bursawing on the entire country. You could see those rains of peace, those blessings showering on the entire nation. And Honorable Prime Minister Mohanji Bhagwat and the other dignitaries were just doing the rituals, but the ritual, like every Indian felt, like myself, we all felt, apart from caste and creed, involved. The screening was done in each and every nook and corner of the country. Everybody, I feel now today, everybody across the party lines have joined in celebration and commemorating the inauguration today, sir.
Fantastic, absolutely fantastic.
You know,
Jai Pradeep.
yes, sir. Prime Minister Modi said, Ram is not a dispute. Ram is not a dispute. Ram is a solution. That is a Ram एक solution है. ये विवाद नहीं है, dispute नहीं है. At the same time, he joined hands and he said forgiveness. He says, क्षमा करो हमको कि देर लगा. You know, that it took time. There was a delay. Prabhu Ram to construct your temple, to see you at your house. He apologized to Lord Ram, to Ram Lalla, saying, I apologize for the delay that took place. Now, when he says the delay, is he saying that the Congress commitment towards Ram Mandir was not full? They lacked in commitment. Was he addressing to the issue there also? If Prime Minister Modi can achieve Article 370, Ram Mandir, various other things, surgical strike, Balakot strike, if in 9 years period, if he can do such a lot of things, you think when he said, when he seeks forgiveness from Sri Ram, said, please, forgive us for the delay. Did he also point fingers at the Congress? Darwala sahab.
See, sir, every political party has an agenda, has a manifesto. And when we released our manifesto in 2014 and subsequently in 2019, construction of Ram Mandir was the manifesto. It was on our agenda. We went to the people and we prayed and we humbly told them that if we come to power, Ram Mandir construction will be on our priority. It was our utmost priority. For Congress, I do not see anything on their manifesto. In fact, there is like some report that's been published yesterday as to Manishankar Iyer ji saying like if Congress is responsible or Rajiv Gandhi ji is responsible or who's. Now that infight has already begun. So let's not get into this petty politics. As I say, let us move on.
Darwala sahab, the Ram Mandir repeal of Article 370 and Uniform Civil Code has been on the manifesto of the Bharatiya Janata Sangh, later on the Bharatiya Janata Party, since 1956. It has always formed part of the manifesto, so it is nothing new for the BJP.
100%.
And the BJP, I must state this over here, has consistently maintained its stance on the repeal of Article 370 and 35A and the construction of the Ram Mandir and of course the Uniform Civil Code. So 2 out of these 3 have already been fulfilled, which is amazing. And I see a certain consistency in the BJP which I don't see in any other party. Darwala sahab.
So that's why we call it a party with a difference. So I'd like to share something with you in the insight what happens when we speak to the topmost pracharaks and all that. We keep asking them, sir, we make this mistake, we are losing this state, we are gaining this state. What happens? Can we hold back something? So this is what we launch and this is what we got the setback in certain states. So you know how people like me, I call myself a very infant. They tell me, Mr. Darwala, this is the agenda even before you were born. Maybe we be in power, we do not be in power. This is our goals, this is our agenda, and we will be working in it. Yes, it does help if we are in power. Even if though we are not in power, we are not going to set our goals aside and just do any appeasement to the people just because we have lost a few states. It happened. You'll be very surprised when we were losing certain states and when election thing was there. I was sitting with some very top people, names not to be mentioned. I said, Guruji, can we just leave this for some time? We are going in for election. These are just top 5 states we need to get. Wouldn't things be easier if we are in power rather than sitting in opposition and getting our dreams fulfilled? They said, nothing doing, son. The agenda of the Jansangh, the RSS and BJP is not diluted. Being in power and not being in power makes no difference to us.
Absolutely. You know, that's what I admire about the BJP, except for a short while, for 2.5 years, during the Janata Party rule. Because at that time, if you remember, all parties gave up their identity and amalgamated into one Janata Party, which had a common agenda. So each party did not have its own agenda, except for that 2.5 year period. Otherwise, the BJP has always stuck to its agenda. I mean, right from 1980 was the time when the Bharatiya Janata Party was formed. They were formed right here in Mumbai. That's when Atal Bihari Vajpayee Saab came up with his idea of Gandhian socialism and stuff like that, but that didn't work. Now, point is, the Ram Mandir is done. अब आगे क्या सर? अली दारूवाला साहब, अब तो ये हो गया.
Exactly.
अब आगे क्या?
Exactly.
अब बताएं.
आगे क्या? Very simple. Honorable Prime Minister is using the word Viksit Bharat.
Viksit Bharat.
From the fragile five.
Developed India. Ji.
Yeah, from fragile five, we have come in the top 5. And I can assure you, without mincing my words, without mincing what I need to put across through your very prestigious platform, I feel, and if I'm not wrong, the aim is to come in the first top 3 and from there on to be amongst the top countries in the world, to be the leaders. The Sanatan Dharam, the Hindu Sanskriti, the origin, the knowledge, what has come from our land, from our people, I feel it is high time. The man is molding, giving a direction, a dimension, and if these forces and energies are streamlined, I feel from now, 2047, India number 1 रह सिवा दूसरा कोई पर्याय नहीं है. महाशक्ति बने सिवा हम नहीं रहेंगे. I think that's the least what Modi ji can give us a direction before reins are handed over to somebody else.
No, Darwar Sahib, we want to highlight here, Prime Minister Modi, साधु संतों से आशीर्वाद, साधु संतों से आशीर्वाद, श्रमिकों का सम्मान, श्रमिकों का सम्मान, that is very important. The people who worked out there for the construction of Ram Mandir, Prime Minister Modi took the flowers himself and he sprayed on them. He put it on them. He splashed the flowers on them, acknowledging their contribution. Now we are seeing this, that no Prime Minister since independent India has ever done this kind of activities. A few years ago, we saw him, washing the feet of the conservancy workers. Conservancy workers, जहाँ कोई नहीं पहुँचता, मोदी जी वहाँ पहुँच रहे. So this is a symbolic, or whatever you call it, a great thing for everybody to watch. The Prime Minister showering flowers, Prime Minister, cleansing the feet of the conservancy workers. These things we have not seen in independent India any Prime Minister doing. Now what does this signify? It shows that Modi doesn't forget anybody. He doesn't forget any race, caste, color, religion.
If you allow me to reply.
Yes,
please. Yeah, Pradeep sir, this is not surprising. It's not taken me by the nation by surprise. It is the Dharam, it is the Sanatan, it is the Sanskriti. You thank the creators. These are the creators. The Ram का जो एक अवतार है, इनके हाथ से ये बनाया घड़ाया गया है. तो I'm surprised as to why they did not kiss their hands. These are the people who have given the shape to the iconic structure. And washing the feet of the convergency workers, it is totally normal. It's nothing surprising or something very different that he's done. It is surprising as to why he did not kiss the hands of the workers. It is very normal, and this is what has been taught to us by our fathers, our forefathers, and it is in our Sanskriti we need to do. We need to thank the people, the creators. They are big creators and they need to be thanked in a more befitting way, if not to be at least showered with flowers.
And Darwala Sahib, you were talking about India becoming the 3rd largest economy or the 4th largest economy, or India becoming a superpower, etc.
Superpower.
Now, yeah, the point is, in October, November, the idea was that probably by July, we would be about a 4.2, 4.3 trillion dollar economy by July. But this time what has happened is everybody has had to rework their calculations on the growth of the Indian economy, because you have an election in the middle, and that's where production is likely to fall. We may not actually achieve that target. We may achieve it by say October or so this year, where we might overtake Germany and become the fourth largest economy in the world. But otherwise, we were all set to do that in July. But then there are elections in the middle. And I hope the government will come out with proper, consistent policies wherein this growth juggernaut will not stop. Mr. Daruwala, what do you think?
So we set we set very higher goals. Like if you remember 2019, Modi ji had said 5 trillion economy ye desh ko banana hai.
He said by 2027. By 2027,
yeah,
we have $5 trillion.
2027, we have achieved it, not totally, but part of it a little earlier. We set very high goals and standards. Modi ji himself works in a very different manner. His cabinet, his workers, you'll be surprised, the party workers, that today's super success and the euphoria in Maharashtra, the hard work that has been going on, the series of meetings that have been happening, the amount that each and every volunteer, even the smallest small volunteer like me have traveled, and we have got so much involved. Modi ji keeps us and the party and everybody 24/7 involved. There is a thing that is given to us and we need to work. एक खत्म नहीं होता, दूसरा शुरू होता है. It is a day-to-day affair. Like we get up and go to office and you do your work. For us party workers, it is each day is a different program. And now, as you're saying, we need to be careful as to the election is coming and 4.3 trillion is the mark, the benchmark that we have reached right now. We are a little bit falling short. As you said, we may reach there by October, November. But we never know, these flagship programs are in the fag end.
Yes.
When these things get operational and when they kickstart, and you can see that economy can take a U-turn, and you can expect that we may reach the 5 trillion mark as it was promised by the Honorable Prime Minister.
Now, Mr. Daruwala, I would like a small comment. Sorry to
Yes,
yeah, please.
I would like your comment on this. This is something which troubles me. Not really troubles me. I used to get pretty mad at this, and I used to get very angry at this, but not anymore. I suddenly realized that this is an agenda. There is the New York Times, there is the New Yorker, edited by one of the best journalists. I used to think he was a great journalist, David Remnick, who was the Moscow correspondent of Washington Post. He wrote a couple of very good books, and then suddenly, after becoming the editor of the New Yorker, he has become a total left, liberal, India-hating, Islamic, jihad-loving kind of character. There is the Washington Post, and there is the BBC, and there is Al Jazeera. All these chaps, they seem to be carrying a full-blown campaign against India and against Mr. Modi, especially with regard to the Ram Temple. You know, headlines like Ram Temple built over destroyed masjid, mosque destroyed to build Ram Temple. This is the BBC, by the way. The New York Times is even worse. The Washington Post is even more terrible. What's going on here? I mean, what? I
so
fail to understand.
okay, Rajiv, sir, you are open the Pandora box over
Ali
there.
Daruwala sir, one small aside. There is a lady called Ilhan Omar, who is the representative in the Congress from Minnesota. She is on record as having said that 9/11, which brought down the World Trade Center, she's actually said some people did something and Muslims had to bear the brunt of it. Some people did something. 3,700 people were killed, the worst attack America has ever faced, worst terrorist attack, and this woman says some people did something. Now she gets heroic mention in the Washington Post, in the New York Times, and in the New Yorker. So what are these guys up to? Ali Daruwala sir.
Rajiv sir, this is a totally very serious subject that we need to discuss, and my take on this, you know, I don't mince my words and I don't care damn what people think about what my thoughts are. These are the church-sponsored programs. The toolkit of this Washington Post and all this Al Jazeera, BBC, if you go into the deep-rooted, why India got down to cracking the taxation and the funding and all this, what is happening? So they are church funded. Church never believed in science to begin with. Over here, Modi ji came and our 15 lakh kilometers are covered and people are going to the moon and circling the sun. And over here, what happened? India has taken over. It has shaken the belief of the total church system. They sent their ships, the East India Company, along with bringing in business. They got in the confluence of the church, the conversion. And when the Mughals were done with it, then the Christianity was on the roll. And it is a really very serious subject. And just this few names that you took are just the few heads that you can see. It is really disturbing, but all this is going to be checked, countered, and they will be put in their place again. I can assure you, this is the beginning of the end.
But Darwala Sahab, I believe like Winston Churchill, as he said, even though I hate the guy for what he did to us during the Bengal famine, and I hate the man for what he wrote about us, but that's his opinion. He said the Hindus are a beastly race with a beastly religion. But anyway, that's his opinion. He said, you have enemies? Good. Which means you really believe in something. Now, the point is, very clearly India's power is growing, which is why India can no longer be treated as poor India. The country of snake charmers, elephants and tigers.
Bhokananda, that is what they used to call.
जी प्रदीप जी आप कुछ बोल रहे
No, Rahul Gandhi today said, the first yatra of mine from Kanyakumari to Kashmir, I interact with a lot of people, and the people all told me that the BJP and the RSS were attacking the foundations of our country. That is what Rahul Gandhi said. BJP and RSS is attacking the foundations of our country. The idea that all religions should live harmoniously. They have been attacking that foundations too. And that's why he has taken the next yatra from Manipur to Maharashtra. Now, how do you think that is this going to transform the Congress party to a winning? Because if they want to dislodge Prime Minister Modi, they have to come from 53 to 270. Do you think it's possible? Darwala sir.
So, again, I would say Rahul Gandhi ji is our brand ambassador. He is going and getting accolades, which even I am not successful in getting for our Bharatiya Janata Party. He is whenever he goes and comes back, we win with big majority. About his Nyaya Yatra, I do not know what miracles he's done in Manipur. Was he be able to get in peace? Sir, on your show, I will salute him. If he can do something in Manipur, and if it's the Bharat Jodo, Nyaya Yatra, why is he not doing the miracle in Manipur? As he was questioning us, what happened in Karnataka? What is the Congress doing besides trolling, besides all the flagship programs that we are doing, besides degrading us? They are not doing anything constructive, sir. The people are fed up, they are bored, and they are finished of all the material, of all the firepower that they have. And now I can assure you, it's a time even they will start accepting the vikas that is happening in this country. And Rahulji, I'm saying 30 years, sir. I think if 3 years were given to somebody and so much people and so much information was given, I'm sure he would have really been much better than what I am doing today. That's what I was told, that, sir, you are doing so better than Rahul Gandhi, which he couldn't do in 30 years. I really forgive this man and I take him with a pinch of salt, Pradeep sir. It's a high time that we giving him this, giving this airtime to him also is a waste of time.
Uddhav Thackeray ji was in Nasik, the Ram Mandir, the Ram temple, and there he said he gave all the ritualisms where the Sri Ram temple was there, and he paid his obeisance to Lord Ram, the Ram Lalla. Now, do you think that these things are going to have an impact where Uddhav Thackeray ji is there? Is he going to get the Balasaheb Thackeray ji's entire vote bank, which is around 16 to 17% of the Maharashtra voting share, which Balasaheb Thackeray ji had enjoyed? Do you think these activities will help Uddhav Thackeray ji? Because the people who assembled there were, it seemed very natural, and there was a huge following there. Do you think this will translate into votes for Uddhav Thackeray ji?
Sir, coming back to Uddhav Thackeray, why he went to Nasik, what I told on your previous show, and the gentleman really flared up. I feel his health doesn't permit him to go to public places. Right from the COVID time, we have seen he's ran the state from his bedroom. He doesn't go to very large public gatherings. He's not keeping in good health. And I really pray and I hope and I wish to God that he gets at least some enlightenment as to what Balasaheb Thackeray did. I will shut my shop if I have to Congress. This is his words. बोले मैं उनकी गुलामी नहीं करूँगा. And I do not know what his son has been misguided. What's going to be of him. But I hope and pray we cannot let him go astray and waiting with open arms to welcome Uddhavji Thackeray because उनके बगैर ये पार्टी अपूरी है, अधूरी है.
Perhaps maybe there were some leaders within the BJP who behaved somewhat arrogantly with him. That's what I've been told. Maybe some of them didn't treat him with respect as far as Uddhavji is concerned. But then he had access to the Prime Minister. Now, please let me finish, sir. He had access to the Prime Minister, he had access to Mr. Amit Shah, he could have called them up any time. If some local chap has decided to act in a flippant manner, I don't think he should have taken it to heart. That's all that I'm saying.
Way beyond. No, he's way beyond.
So I hope to God maybe he wakes up because after all,
100%.
सर देखिए ऐसा है अली दारूवाला साहब, प्रदीप जी, सबसे बड़ी बात यह है कि पूरा देश जो है वो राममय हो गया है आज. सबसे बड़ी बात यह है 550 साल की स्ट्रगल के बाद, इतने बड़े अनशन के बाद, it is the longest agitation ever in the world. After 550 years, Sri Ram has gone to his temple. So I think it's huge. जी आप कुछ बोलने वाले थे, बोलिए सर, please.
Sir, I was just reading an article today. I was reading an article which said the archaeologists who were doing the excavation work way back in the 80s when the Congress was in power, when they dug, they found the 12 pillars of the Ram Mandir. They had inscriptions of the days 400, 500, 700 years back. And the man who worked under his hand was a Muslim
Dr. K.K. Muhammad.
Apprentice.
Dr. K.K. Muhammad.
K.K. Muhammad.
Yes.
And he went on record to say he was witness to it and he saw it with his own eyes. And then they were hurriedly shut up and they were asked to keep quiet. And then again it was reopened after some 10-15 years when the government change was there. Again those 12 pillars were found, and not that there's a story that was made. We all know what the Mughal government did in their point in time and what was happening in this country. It is all very well manuscripted and it did take time. I agree, it did take time. It was the Mughal regime that went, it was the British regime, and then it was the semi-British regime which they thought they were the Anglo-Indians and their children that they were left, which were running the party till like some 10 years back.
No, but Mr. Daruwala, the fact is, we must give credit, as I keep saying, to the 25 Sikh Nihangs who took over the Babri Masjid in 1858. In November 1858, they took it over, created a Havan Kund, did a Havan to Sri Ram and carved the name of Sri Ram all over the place. The Maulana of the place filed a FIR against these people. And by the way, it is because of that FIR that Ayodhya was not listed in the places of worship under the survey conducted by first by the East India Company and then by the British Empire. It was marked as disputed, all thanks to the action of those Nihangs, namely Baba Fakir Chand. His sixth generation, the gentleman from his sixth generation is today running the free langar, the free kitchen in Ayodhya today.
Hats off, sir.
Sir. So,
hats off. I'm telling you, Rajiv sir, hats off to the study you have on the Ram Mandir. Sometimes I'm speechless on the in-depth study that you have done, and I'm sure, really, really salute to you, Rajiv sir. And you come up with such facts and figures and honest facts and figures. Like as I said, that you had been switching to BJP, you would have been an excellent, like something at par with Sudhanshu Trivedi ji. Your study on Ram Mandir, Sudhanshu ji. Yeah, you are really, really remarkable, sir.
No, but the fact
when you find these facts and figures, you leave even the BJP spokesperson zapped at times.
Sir, the fact is that as far as these things are concerned, they are available everywhere. And if you remember, both Pradeep ji and I are from the generation which was prior to the internet. We don't depend only on Google. We have read quite a lot. We used to go to libraries. I used to go to libraries and actually read books. Instead of that, these days kids don't read books. They just go to Google.
Exactly, sir.
That's it.
I was told by your office yesterday, the last interview that we did, the likes have crossed like 10,000 on Instagram.
Yes, on Instagram, and I think over 1 lakh or 2 lakhs on Twitter. I'm not sure. quite a few. So slowly,
Congratulations to you.
Congratulations to you. Slowly, we people are coming over here because we don't falsify figures. Otherwise, it's so easy to get 1 million and 2 million figures, and you find all of them are bots, and you don't get a single response.
In my group, we have a fan following for Pradeep sir, for your information.
Yes, absolutely.
No, we have got a lot of response for your programs,
Yes.
a lot of response.
From all over the world, by the way.
All over the world and especially from Pune also. People have been saying,
Thank
we are
you.
from, yes, go ahead. And
Same
that kind
message,
of,
yeah. Arnav was my bench partner in school.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Right, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank
Great
you, sir.
pleasure
Jai
talking
Hind,
to you.
Jai
Jai
Maharashtra.
Siya Ram.
Vande Mataram.
Vande
Jai
Mataram, sir.
Siya Ram.
Jai Siya Ram, sir. Thank you very much. God bless you. Bye-bye. Mr. Ali Dharwala, always a pleasure talking to him. He's really
He's always bubbling with enthusiasm. It's
always. He's fantastic.
Yes,
He's
yes.
really truly lovely. और जहाँ तक आप लोगों का सवाल है, इस शो में अभी तक सिर्फ इतना ही, लेकिन आप अपने कमेंट ज़रूर भेजें. I believe we have lots and lots of comments. आज सिर्फ 10 ही लेंगे, बहुत ज़्यादा हैं यार. इतने ज़्यादा ले लेंगे तो मतलब we'll be stuck over here till midnight. तो आज सिर्फ 10 लेंगे. तो I request people to start giving us comments and comments ज़रा पढ़ते हैं. In the meantime, you subscribe to the channel. यार चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करो भाई. ये आपका चैनल है. यहाँ पे जैसा कि आप जानते हैं, we don't discriminate. We allow people to have their say. भले वो कांग्रेस के हों, जैसे दीपक केदार जी, उनका अपना व्यू है ऑल इंडिया पैंथर सेना का. वो कहते हैं कि साहब ये दलितों का इसमें क्या काम है, बौद्धों का इसमें क्या काम है, और आपने गौतम बुद्ध को 9वां अवतार कैसे कह दिया है विष्णु का, ये सब उन्होंने कहा है. भाई जो दशावतार की जो कार्विंग आती है कुंभपोहार में जो मिलती है, वो दैट इज सो ब्यूटीफुल एंड इट कम्स फ्रॉम समवेयर इन तमिलनाडु बाय द वे, दे कार्व इट. उसमें गौतम बुद्ध हमेशा से ही 9वें अवतार रहे हैं. नाउ इफ ही हैड बीन इन अ बेटर नेटवर्क आई वुड हैव आर्ग्यूड विद हिम. तो हिंदुओं ने गौतम बुद्ध को अडॉप्ट कर लिया. हम लोग जो सनातनी हैं वो गौतम बुद्ध को भगवान विष्णु के 9वें अवतार के रूप में देखते हैं. चलिए let's take a look at some of the comments. दिखाएं जरा प्लीज. Oh, big boss. Big boss. Ankita Lokhande expresses possessiveness. I wish we could have had the rest of the headline too. जी दिखाएं. Marriages are based on trust. All calling him Vicky Bhaiya. Anita D'Souza 2628. Now for that there has to be a context. Do you know what the context is, Pradeep ji? I don't, because I have not watched Big Boss at all. So I really don't know. But those who watch Big Boss would be able to understand this. Can we take a look at this now? This is, I think Pradeep ji, your show, very nice bhai. Now Santosh Singh, who is this for? Some bhai.
The three bhais there.
The three bhai. चलिए सारे के सारे भाई. Rashmika Mandana and Vijay Devarakonda's cozy Vietnam holiday pics. Ji, can we see what the comment is, please? VD deserves better than semi-nude Rashmika. Okay, Vijay 3480. Yeah, I love the way people take possession. People are so possessive about the stars that they really love. Narayan Rane question Shankaracharya. This is Sanjay Thakur. Bajaj जिंदा हो गया. लेमन चूसते चूसते. हाय हाय हाय.
बहुत प्यारा.
रिजवी मुन्ना रिजवी 4555. एक जमाने में एक लेमन हुआ करता था चैनल जी. I by the way love lemon juice. Opposing Ram Mandir fools. This is Mr. Mukesh Gandhi जी. मुकेश गांधी साहब हमारे बड़े अच्छे मित्र हैं. Opposing Ram Mandir are fools as commented, but they are not fools but brain fog so heavy that they do not know what they are opposing. जय सीता राम. राम जी की जय. राजेश्वरी चंद्रन 3266 जी. This is for Mr. Mukesh Gandhi. नवाब अपने निजामुद्दीन रहीम साहब. BG does not have copyright on Sri Ram, which is quite true. श्री राम की कॉपीराइट जो है सबके साथ है. मुमताज शेख 3457. गुड जॉब सर. उन्होंने 2 हार्ट्स भेजे हैं और 2 गुलाब के फूल भेजे हैं. किसके लिए? हमारे निजामुद्दीन रहीम साहब के लिए. अगेन निजामुद्दीन रहीम साहब, कैन वी हैव दी कमेंट प्लीज. अल्लाह आपको हमेशा हमेशा कामयाब रखे. आमीन. अगेन मुमताज शेख 3457 seems to be a great fan of Mr. Nizamuddin Rahim.
Very.
जी. Again Nizamuddin Rahim. क्या बात है साहब. He's drawn a lot of response. Nizamuddin Rahim sir जिंदाबाद. Again Mumtaz Sheikh 3457.
मुमताज जी बहुत बड़े fan.
And our people seem to love him. So you've only got Mumtaz Sheikh. Saif Ali Khan signs his next film, Click Shankar. Click Shankar. Sounds like a very good title. So excited for all new movies of Saif Ali Khan. Saif Ali Khan, the all-time very, very, very best actor. ये हैं छजमल माकिन 5260. जी आगे बढ़े जनाब. Big Boss 17. Samant Jurel opens up his bond with Manara Chopra. आगे उन्होंने क्या उसको बुलाया? Calls it something or the other. Joker out. Harjinder Dillon 1669. Is that it? Do we have any more? Big Boss 17, again something to do with Samar Jurel and Manara Chopra. Manara, there are 4 hearts. Rupa Swami UX7DC. Well, that's just about it. As far as the comments go, we'll try and read out more comments tomorrow. In the meantime, आप सबको जय श्री राम. आप सब लोगों को बहुत बहुत बधाई. सब लोगों को बहुत बहुत मुबारकबाद. साधुवाद. पूरे देश को, पूरी दुनिया को श्री राम अपने भव्य मंदिर में आ गए हैं. और मैंने सुना ये भी है कि सरयू नदी को भी अब बहुत अच्छी तरीके से साफ किया जा रहा है. I hope that happens. पवित्र, अविरल और निर्मल. I hope it really happens.
Yes.
Because without a clean Saryu, there is no Ayodhya. Let's be very clear.
In fact, he was bathed in the waters of the river Saryu.
Of the river Saryu, yes, that's right. Now the point is, आप जब श्री राम मंदिर में जाएंगे, नए श्री राम मंदिर में जाएंगे, रामलला के दर्शन करेंगे, उसके बाद उसकी परिक्रमा करेंगे, वो परिक्रमा पूरी नहीं होगी जब तक कि आप सरयू में डुबकी नहीं लगाते. Now there's one thing I'm somewhat unclear about, प्रदीप जी. वो कह दिया गया है कि अब आप जाकर के रामलला के दर्शन कर सकते हैं. But the temple is under construction, so will people be allowed in? Because the first story, second story, third story is still being built. So how will people be allowed in? Or will the darshan be open just for a very short while? I mean, that is something that we have to inquire into. I'm not sure. Because it is still an ongoing construction site. Construction is not over, only the first floor is complete. Rather, the ground floor is complete, come to think of it. So, I hope we have some clarity on that. In the meantime,
probably the front portion which is there right now
yes,
is unaffected, and probably the जो आ रहा है काम पीछे होता है. I mean something, because they said you can visit the temple anytime tomorrow onwards.
That'd be lovely. So we'll plan to go there, of course, and we'll show you exactly what we see. And in the meantime, do keep sending in your comments. अपने comments जरूर भेजें. सब्सक्राइब जरूर करें चैनल को. प्रदीप जी और मेरी तरफ से और पूरी नेशन नाउ की टीम से आप सबको बहुत बहुत बधाई. आप सबको बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं. जबरदस्त काम हुआ है. श्री राम अपने भव्य मंदिर में गए. श्री राम जी के लिए एक बहुत भव्य मंदिर बनाया गया है. और जैसा मोदी जी ने कहा कि भाई हम क्षमा चाहते हैं कि इतनी देर लग गई. इतनी देर लगी कि आपको इतने सालों तक टेंट में रहना पड़ा, और उसके पहले जो वहाँ पर मस्जिद थी उसके अंदर दबे रहना पड़ा. तो श्री राम जी से क्षमा मांगते हुए मोदी जी ने आज प्राण प्रतिष्ठा पूजा करी. फिलहाल that's it. That's all.
And observing all the rituals that
yes,
involved, cleansing himself to receive Lord Ram.
Amazing, absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing, absolutely and completely brilliant. As I always say, brilliant, bloody brilliant, which means irrespective of anything else. आज आप कह लें कि राम मंदिर जो है वो पॉलिटिकल इवेंट नहीं है, राजनीतिक इवेंट नहीं है वगैरह वगैरह, बट आई थिंक मोदी इज कमिंग बैक. And Modi is coming back with at least 350 plus seats. And I've been saying this now for the last 2 years. And that's just about it for tonight's show. आप सबको जय सिया राम. जय हिंद, जय महाराष्ट्र, जय भवानी, जय शिवाजी. वंदे मातरम.
Vande Mataram.
हर हर महादेव.
Har Har Mahadev.